Success Insight shares the stories of the people with passion and drive who make things happen in the world. Here's your host, Howard Fox.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Mindset Monday with Andree Martin on the SuccessInSight Podcast. Now, Andree is our leadership, mindset, and golf performance coach. She is an LPGA Class A life member, a nationally recognized top 50 golf teacher and expert, a member of the Maine Golf Hall of Fame, and a neuro-linguistic programming master certified coach. Recognizing golf's value as a business tool in today's competitive marketplace, Andree works with individuals, groups, and corporate or organizational clients to create educational and team-building programs that enhance the professional success of aspiring executives. Andree, welcome back to another episode of Mindset Monday on the SuccessInSight Podcast.
Thanks, Howard. Always great to be back.
Fantastic.
Love to go for the gold and not settle for silver. We got another great episode to help everybody get there.
I love it. I love it. And I have to, again, give you kudos. I've used go for the gold and don't settle for silver. It is a part of my DNA now. It's firmly a part of my DNA. So thank you for that.
I might have to register that trademark.
Yeah, you might have. You may have to. You should look into that.
Should.
Yeah. So what's in store today?
What's in store today is the 3 Ps to win.
3 Ps to win. Okay.
To win. Folks, listeners out there, and Howard, do you really know how to win? How many of you out there really know? What does it really stand for? How are you going to win? How are you really going to get that gold and not settle for silver? WIN stands for, and I'm sure this is no surprise to you, Howard, what is important now? What is important now?
Okay.
A buzzword today in your Western is like all the yoga. It's all about being present.
Right.
What is going on right now? So it's not about the past. It's not about the future. Folks, do you really love to win?
I think we all do.
Win? Yes.
I think we all do.
That's right. You're really being a rah-rah coach, aren't I?
Yes,
So
you
let's
are.
get to the meat. Let's give you some meat, everybody. You've got to love to win. You've got to love having an advantage ahead of competition. To do that, you've got to identify to the nth degree what is important right now. Not what you missed out on yesterday, not what you haven't done yet in the next tournament or the next quarter earnings. What do you need to do to get there right now? Be present, be laser focused on that one thing. So for that, we need 3 Ps. We need patience. We need to practice with a purpose. We need to plan and be methodical. So let's go back to patience. Yes, we live in a I want it now society, don't we, Howard?
We do.
Social media has been great for delivering us detailed information, so we don't have to go to the library anymore.
It's a drug.
That's right. Exactly. And it's interesting because libraries are keeping up with winning on that too, keeping you attached and coming back with detailed information we still can't get on the internet. Going back to your own success, folks, to you that are listening, you do not want to stray. You need to stay focused on that one thing. Now, patience with tempo is important in golf, right? Patience with your team, your competitors, your clients, but most importantly, with yourself. We all get ramped up and going ahead. We get ahead of the game. It's so easy to just keep thinking, so-and-so won this weekend. I got to do it. I got to get there. But you're already thinking ahead versus, okay, what do you need to do right now to get there? So by the way, breathing helps.
Yes, it does.
And we've talked about that in past episodes. And folks, even if you catch yourself in a moment where you're just getting so anxious and so excited or so riled up because you're not finding the patience. You just take 4 deep breaths in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale for 4 seconds. And notice how that immediately slowed down my voice. My voice got out of my throat, back down to my chest. That's the easiest way to gain your composure and find your patience. Secondly, we want to practice with purpose. To win, you've created the plan you believe and achieve from last week's episode. So now you have to purposely work that. The third one is plan and be methodical, so I'm going to review that a little bit, but let's talk about practicing with a purpose. So the best analogy I can give you, and this goes for anybody that's not even a golfer. For those of you that are tennis players out there even, you could have this whole big bucket of balls. And you can whack them, and just get in rapid fire. That has no purpose at all because it's not quality. It's not purposeful. Unless your purpose is to just whack them because you need to get out energy. But then you can't have any kind of attachment to the result. So for you to be results oriented, you need to work your practice plan. So that means, and let me take you back to golf because that's what I love. And that's what folks love to do for recreation when they're not doing their business. So you get your fundamentals of GPA plus B for golf. But we also have parts of the game: putting, chipping, pitching, irons, hybrids, fairway wood, metal woods, and driver. All of those components go into a round of golf. Work your percentages. Anybody that is above a 20 handicap, you're going to have more than 35, more like 40 putts a round. That is 35 to 40% of your score. So how are you going to knock off your percentages and lower and really practice with a purpose is to get really good at putting. That's the number one way and fastest way to lower your score. Number 2 is chipping and pitching, because that encompasses the rest, an additional 30% of your score. We all love to whack a drive. Yes, folks, we love to whack a drive. But most of us, if all par 3s are shorter and you're using shorter clubs, you only need 14%. But we all love to spend all our time on that driver. Yes, you got to get it in play, folks. But it's not how you drive, it's how you arrive.
Right. I knew you were going there with this, by the way, even as you were describing
this is a wonderful review.
The tennis player practicing their
serve.
of a serve.
Their big serve. And then it's how you respond, right? How are you reacting? And folks, a tennis match is a great example of being fully present. Because you're going to get knocked in the head if you don't respond and you're not paying attention to what you're doing and going back and forth. And why folks call golf 90% mental is you've got all this time in between shots to have your thoughts go to the past, go to the future, go everywhere except for being present now. And that's what I love about weekend play when you get to watch the tour players, whether they're men or women. They are dialed in and totally focused on the shot at hand. And in between, they're planning out what they're going to do to have their best hole ever. One shot at a time, one swing at a time. Next. Once it's done, it's passed. Next. That's being present. One shot is done, passed. Next. How are you going to deal with that? How are you going to deal with what you've been dealt? So that takes the next one. You plan and be methodical. So if you get knocked in a hazard, what are your options? We talked about solutions versus problems. Yeah, being in a hazard is no fun. We never plan on it. Sometimes you have no control over it, right?
True.
But how are we going to work through it? Because why? Because we have had a plan. We've practiced with a purpose. We know all the different shots. I didn't mention trouble shots, but I practice all kinds of different shots because when I get in those situations, it's like, oh, great, I got a fun shot. It's just saying, ah, crap, I'm in a divot, or oh, crap, I'm behind a tree. No, it's a chance for creativity. So when you get into a hazard or you get out of bounds in your business, how are you going to bounce back? How are you going to get creative? How are you going to pull your team together and say, okay, this isn't working for us. What do we got to do next? And instead of waiting, pull them together now. Get your answers now. Do it now. With patience, yes, because everybody has a different pace. But if you've got a great team, everybody has a better sense because you're working as a team as to how each individual needs to methodically work their plan for the team and create that solution and have the time to think and process and prepare. And when you give each team member the time that they need to do that, oh my gosh, you're going for the gold. You're going for the gold. You follow each of these keys and you will also be able to handle pressure because you're prepared. Success is preparedness meeting opportunity. And when you've stuck with your purpose and you plan to win, you go for the gold.
I love it. I was also thinking about all the other P's that came into this discussion here. I know we talked about patience, practice, plan, and be methodical, but, presence, which is incredible there, perseverance, pressure, and prepared. So it's...
And the other big P word I got to add in.
Yes.
All successful athletes and business folks have a passion for what they do.
Yes, definitely.
Another P.
I love it. I love it. Andree, thank you for another great episode.
You're very welcome, Howard.
Now, before we head out, where should our listeners get to find you and learn more about you and your work?
Absolutely. Love to have you go to my website. It's andreegolf.com, and that's Andree with 2 E's. You'll find all the episodes there as well. And love to hear from everybody. I can also be found on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And Howard, you have it on yours as well.
Yes.
It's SuccessInSight Podcast.
Yes. As well as you've got your YouTube as well.
And my YouTube also, yes.
Yeah. So our listeners can find us on SuccessInsightPodcast.com, which is the webpage that has all of our episodes. And we even have a link up at the top that organizes around Mindset Monday. And they can find us also on LinkedIn and Facebook. Our YouTube page, SuccessInSight Podcast, and there's actually a playlist there on YouTube for Mindset Monday episodes. So if you like YouTube, definitely hit that big red subscribe button and you'll get notified there too. So wherever you go, just hit the notification button so you get notified and like it, share it. And of course, we are on all of the podcast directories, including Spotify, where we have the Mindset Monday playlist. So I don't think there's any reason why they can't locate these episodes. And we are, I think we're coming close to 70 episodes. Coming close. So we're going to be, by the end of the year, we're not just going to casually stroll in, but we definitely have a library of fantastic content that we can share within the Mindset Monday genre. So thank you.
Absolutely. My pleasure, and happy to help anybody and their teams keep continuing for success and win.
You got it. Go for the gold. Don't settle for silver. I love it. Okay, folks. So we have just been chatting with Andree Martin on Mindset Monday. This is our bi-monthly series. And my God, we have been producing this since 2020, and we're up to 67 episodes. So what a great library of content built around mindset. And so again, do go out to the sites that we just mentioned. But until then, hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, go out there, have a phenomenal day. Take care of yourselves, your family, and we will see you on a future episode of Mindset Monday with Andree Martin on the SuccessInSight Podcast. Take care now.
Success Insight is a production of Fox Coaching and First Story Strategies. Find us online, SuccessInsightPodcast.com.